Yo, beautiful people, it is Jam the comedian here.
Mr. Nice Guy out here.
And we're back for the third episode of Experts on the Couch, where we bring you some sports news. We chat about schoolboy rugby, we chat about rugby in general, we talk about football, but the most important part, we want to have conversations around sport. We're both sports lovers, so please like and subscribe, share the videos, and also check out our Instagram page that's dropping, and keep up to date with all the drops of when we're dropping episodes. But let's not waste time, let's get straight into it. Schoolboy rugby, let's go. Let me get it out here. So we had quite a few results. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them. We'll be here. We'll be here till next week. But ones that stand out: Paul Roos 68, Bishops 3. I mean, that's quite a shocking result. I didn't know Bishops were. I know they've struggled, but I didn't know that they were struggling that much.
Yeah, it's a tough week to turn it around after a 65-point margin.
65-point margin is a bit crazy. And then the next one, Paul Jim, 49, Oakdale 13. Oakdale obviously having quite a good season, but Paul had different ideas about how that one was going to go.
Speaking about Oakdale, that Jacobus de Villiers, Paul de Villiers' brother,
yes,
he's an up-and-coming superstar.
Yes.
And the fact that the Paul Gimmy are still being so rude against such quality sides out there it's very good to see from the Gimmy side.
I'm keen for the build-up for the Paul derby because Gim are looking like they are the favourites to take that. But
Jam, besides the derby, I think you and I are going to have a fantastic day that day.
Yeah. We are just neutral, so we're just going to be treated to some top rugby. And then a game that you obviously saw, Rondebosch 55, Durbanville 19. As you said, Durbanville, I think, raced to a 12-0 lead.
You actually out the blocks 4 minutes in.
I'm sure had a few people worried.
I was stressing big time.
But obviously Rondebosch turned that around. Other big fixtures, we go to KZN, where Hilton have lost their undefeated season. They lost to Maritzburg at Goldstones on reunion weekend, going down 14-9. So that must be a bit of a tough pill to swallow for Hilton.
Was it wet out there? Do you know?
I think it was decent conditions.
49, it's close.
I just think obviously the hype of reunion. I mean, it is at Goldstones. Maritzburg is not a happy hunting ground for a lot of teams. Goldstones is known as a fortress. And then DHS 26. Westville 19. That was a big game. Westville favorites for that game. DHS obviously coming out with the win. And then a big game. Mike Laus 53. Pretoria Boys High 17.
Sure.
I'm very disappointed in Pretoria Boys High this year because if I'm not mistaken, and I think it's their 150th.
Literally. That's why they hosted the festival. And since that festival, they've just gone down.
Yeah, I mean, the aim of most schools is if they're having a 75th year, 100th year, 125, 150, you would like your first team to be competing at the highest level. So I'm a bit disappointed in the planning and the behind the scenes for Pretoria Boys. This is not their first bad results. They've had a couple of bad results, and it's their 150th. They should have definitely prepared better. And I just think a school of that stature still amazes me. How Pretoria Boys, I think they have 1,500 kids, if I'm correct, and they're never in the conversation for the top schools or even the schools that are doing decently. So I don't know what's going on with their rugby program.
It is a strange one because, like you say, a school of that stature, you would think they all had that sort of blueprint in terms of like how it should work. How do we plan that 5-year work?
They're in Blue Bulls territory as well. They're in Pretoria. Pretoria is a big city, so you can attract kids to come there, and you have the ability to tell them, listen, you can go on to play for Tuks.
Exactly.
And you can go to play for Bulls. The club rugby system is also good there. So it doesn't make sense why Pretoria boys are here. I also
that's
find
just
it
an attractive
maybe
thing
if a Boys High alumni is watching this, they can give us some insight.
Please do.
Because we are just as confused as you are. And then some big results in Eastern Cape. Graham College drawing to Nico Milan. No one expected that.
Yeah,
Nico Milan, very small school. Not usually someone you play during the week. But they obviously stepped
big
up.
Big result then. Yeah.
30-30.
Wow.
Even Stevens there. And then the crazy results. Grey High 94. Daniel Pienaar 5. That's a bit of a crazy one. Selborne vs Grey College was cancelled. I'm sure Selborne aren't too bleak about that. And then the pick of the fixtures for Eastern Cape was Queen's College versus St Andrews College in Queenstown at the Rec. Queens 15, St Andrews 14.
Wow.
So a lot of people didn't give St Andrews hope. Obviously, Queens have had a good season. St Andrews, not so good. Just got whitewashed by Grey PE the weekend before.
Incredible fight that.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad that they were able to at least take it to Queens. Queens were highly favoured. Some people giving them a 20-point, margin.
For sure, even myself.
To go down 15-14 is a bit of a disappointment, but it happens. I mean, hopefully St Andrews will kick on from here for just to save their season, because now it's a couple of games losing on the trot again. I'm sure the vibe's not good. Someone sent me some videos from the Grey game, and it looks like the boys just are deflated, man.
You can only imagine that.
We can only imagine. We've been there when our schools aren't doing well. It's not a vibe at school when the first team's not doing well. So hopefully they can turn it around. They've still got, I think, 3 more games.
Yeah.
They play Selborne, they play Kingswood, they play Dale. So hopefully they can get at least one.
Let's hope so for their sake.
For their sake. Yeah. But that's a schoolboy rugby roundup. Now we move on to the pros. We'll move on to URC.
Wow.
What a weekend. We got all of our predictions right.
Yeah.
Maybe not the right scores, but we did get our predictions right. Just
Correct.
Talk us through what happened this weekend in the URC.
No, I mean, what an incredible weekend, like you said, Jam. And obviously, I mean, if you didn't listen to this man and locked in your bets and put on massive stakes out there, listen this weekend again, because picks are going to be on point every single week, ladies and gentlemen out there. But just talking about it, obviously, Stormers came out flying out the blocks. Obviously, Cardiff obviously coming back every now and then, as they do, just staying in the fight of the game. But Chief is just talking about 3 of their results. I mean, Stormers, Leinster, and the Bulls running away with it absolutely, completely in a quarter-final.
Yeah, against Munster as well.
Wow.
So, I didn't have too much faith in the Lions. Congrats to them for, obviously getting to the quarters, but I didn't have to. This Leinster side is
quality.
Is phenomenal.
And like we said, they're going to bounce back hard from that Bordeaux game. And I mean, shame, Henku van Wyk did all he could, scored all 2 tries for the Lions.
He really played out of his socks, but it just wasn't meant to be. Glasgow as well, pulling through. So now we've got the semi-final, the brackets that we've got in the semi-final. We have Glasgow against the Bulls, with that them playing in Scotland.
Yeah.
And then you have the Stormers versus Leinster, and that obviously is going to happen in Ireland. Now, Mr. Nice Guy, we need to know, what are the predictions?
Now it's tough. Obviously,
I
think last week was a bit easier than this week, because as you guys heard last week, being on the road is always a tough scene out there. But I'm going to go with Stormers over Leinster.
Okay.
It's going to be wild out there. Because also, obviously, as we all know, Sasha Fine Wine, as in Kid Chocolate.
Kid Chocolate, the man.
Unfortunately, out till the early September, it looks like.
Yeah.
So it looks like Yuri Mattia, or who knows what Dobbo's got planned out there. But it looks like someone else is going to step up. So,
do you think they might put my favorite player right now? I call him half man, half amazing. Damian Willemse, do you think they could move him to 10?
They could. I mean, my favorite position I've ever watched him was at 10. And Paul Roosters, when I was still at school at Rondebosch. He was unstoppable.
You know what? So we were having a conversation around this the other day. And we were saying Damian Willemse does not get enough credit for being a high school hype. Because we've seen this through the years.
Correct.
You and I have seen this through the years.
Correct.
Where this guy does crazy stuff, crazy highlights where his reels are trending.
Yes.
His people are sending you links to his compilation of the best.
Correct. He did cover like a lot of positions, but most his highlights. What numbers on his back? 10.
And he had the hype. He had a lot of people watching him, and he is a 2-time World Cup winning champion. He's one of the guys who had the hype and actually followed through, and he is exactly whoever he thinks he is, because he's actually done it all.
For sure.
So
not to say Dobbo's not thinking along those lines, but I hope he's actually listening to this, just so he can maybe think along those lines.
Yeah, maybe Dobbo last minute changes. If we see Damien at 10, I would love to see that.
That'd be special.
But obviously it's in Dobbo's hand. Who else is sort of in the running for 10 if obviously Willemse doesn't make the move?
I think, to be honest with you, like just from the experience and the cohesion of the squad at the moment this year, Dobbo will probably stick with Yuri Mattia, just with his kicking boot on the road. Every time we go on the road, he actually loves that kicking boot, and it makes sense because it wins you games every now and then. And going back to the predictions, I think if we don't see that all flair, fancy footwork magic at 10, Damian Willemse, which both of us would love to see, I think Yuri Mattia is going to lead us to a 6-point victory in Leinster. Massive call, I know. And then, unfortunately, I think the Bulls are going to come just short against Glasgow by 6-7 points as well.
Okay, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm going complete opposite.
Special?
I'm going to go, these are Jam's picks. Mr. Nice Guy had his picks. Now it's Jam's picks. I'm going to go with the Bulls upset. The Bulls by maybe 3-5. And then I'm going to go with Leinster win. And I know a lot of people will criticize me because I love the Stormers, but I think Leinster will pip the Stormers by 4 to 7 points.
Okay. So both tight games.
I mean, the ultimate for us as experts on the couch would be a South African final, but it's highly unlikely that it's going to be an all South African final. But we've seen stranger things happen.
Both our predictions don't even align that way.
Yeah, exactly. So we've seen stranger things happen. So as much as these are our predictions, our real, sort of what we would want from this is a Bulls Stormers final, because then that means
the trophy stays in South Africa, or comes back, should I say?
Yeah, it comes back. It's been away for some time. The Bulls had a crack at it, didn't get there. The Bulls I think they've lost 2 finals.
Yeah, correct.
So maybe that could be the motivation they need, playing Glasgow in Scotland. They could. I don't know that. Why I go with them is
they've got the squad. They've got the squad.
Yeah, that victory against Munster for me was very convincing.
For sure.
Lock those bets in. I mean, Mr. Nice Guy has his. I've got mine. But URC very big this weekend. I think it's going to be a crack over rugby weekend.
Yeah, I think as Shimmy and Skyler and Jean and them do, we should obviously give some forfeits or little punishment to the one that gets something wrong every week.
Maybe
we'll come up with something. Or
yeah.
let us know in the comments what you guys think we should do, or the little punishments out there.
And then something that we really need to look at is it's June now. So we're heading into
it's exciting times.
It's very exciting times. Springbok fans, very, very exciting times. We are looking, obviously the big picture is 2027, but this year is very important for Springboks, for players to get their chance, for some players to put their hands up and really, get into Rusty's good books.
For
and
sure.
I feel like there's a couple of players, like I would say one standout is Ambrose Papier.
Sure.
I'm sure everyone can agree that he's having one of the best comeback seasons I've seen.
I would go as far as saying he's been the best 9 on form in South Africa.
Yes, he has. I think so too. And I think it could be by a little bit, like by a margin, that he's been the best number 9.
Yeah.
It's now up to Rassie to see if he rewards him for that form. What other players can you say from the URC do you think warrant? I'll give another one. The prop Ntutuko. I think he's put up his hand this season. I think he's slotted so well into the Stormers setup, and I mean he scored a couple of tries as well.
Yeah.
His scrummaging has been strong, so I think he should be rewarded as well. Who else do you...
Two that stand out for me massively. There's one from both Lustre, one from the Stormers, obviously Paul de Villiers. I mean, that guy is immense at every single breakdown, and I think we need a fetcher, because if Malcolm Marx isn't on that field, who is fetching for us?
True.
And then on the other hand, I know Yvonne Roos isn't going to like this from me, but Cameron Hanekom, where you play him, I don't know, 6, 7 or 8. I would love to see this kid in the green and gold jersey.
Yeah, no, Cameron Hanekom has been very consistent. Big boy. Like you say, he can cover all 3, I think. And maybe he's our next Donny Rousseau.
For sure.
Covers all those positions and covers them well as well.
But I think Big Chat I actually wanted to ask you about, obviously with Sasha being out now at the moment. Yes, Pollard and Mani's coming back, thank goodness, because we need that little flair actually and all those things. But we will have a third fly-off out there. Do you think Rassie's going to do something interesting and bring up a Vusi Moyo or a Yakin Ahmed or a youngster to come along with us? Or do you think it's just going to be someone, Chris Smith, or someone with a head on their shoulders?
I don't know. Everyone has been. Morning Stain came out and said Chris Smith should get a chance. I don't know. I don't know if as much as he had a very good season, Springboks is a different level, man. When you get selected for the Springboks or you're part of the squad, there's a lot that goes into it. It's about future planning. It's about getting guys up to speed.
Yes.
With how the Springboks play. So I don't know if Rassie. I think Rassie will stick to who he has in the alignment camp and sort of figure it out from there. But. We do need that third option. Sasha's not going to be, basically, he might not even feature in the All Blacks.
No, literally.
Yeah, so, we need to actually start looking at who that third option at fly-off could be. Maybe Hendrikse for cover.
I'm liking Vusi Moyo. Loving this youngster at the moment.
No, he is cooking, but I think Hendrikse, because he's been in the system, he might, cover that third spot. But we'll see. But then now, what I wanted to chat about is some of the Springbok, the key injuries as they call them. Lut Diaga.
Massive.
Hip surgery expected back in August.
Massive line-out organizer out there. Rassie's very sad about that. As I just said, he takes huge control on those line-outs, and we can see that quite evidently when he's not in the game. Yeah, how long is he out for again, Jam?
He's until August.
Yeah.
Then Apelele Farsi, shoulder surgery, expected back late June.
Weekend magic. We need him back out there providing.
No, the weekend special. I think sometimes he's a bit unlucky with his injuries. Just as he's finding form, he gets injured. But I think he will be. Wherever he is right now, he's hungry to nail down not just the Springbok starting spot, but to make sure he is going to the World Cup.
Yeah, ready to rock and roll.
I think that's his biggest
motivation.
For sure. He wants to be part of that camp that goes to the World Cup next year.
For sure.
And then we've got Slasher Feinberg, Ngomezulu,
breaks my
ankle
heart.
Injury expected back in September. Obviously that's a sad one. Where he was cooking. I mean, we saw in the game against who did they play in the
Cardiff
against Cardiff, how his little dinks over, triangle. It's always fun to watch him. It's almost like he's playing in a school. Like every idea that comes to his head, he tries to execute it. So it's always nice to see him. So to see him on the sideline is not what we want.
Yeah, I actually loved it. What Dobbo said, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He said, "I don't coach this kid. I actually just make sure the players around him understand him."
Yeah. That's what you want to do with a high level player like that. And then Ethan Hooker dislocated shoulder, expected back in late July.
That was also unfortunate. After a fantastic try.
Did that guy even get a ban from World Rugby?
That's something we should also look into. Why only punish Saffers?
Yeah. Corbus Renach, MCL, knee injury, expected back in late July, but I think we covered scrum off wise. I think we will be good.
I was just about to say, I'm sad about this, but again, this allows the Embros, Papiers, and those informed ones to come in.
And then Kwaka Smith, knee injury expected back in November. Obviously, we always want Kwaka Smith available. Workhorse, very reliable, Mr. Dependable.
But that allows who? Andre the Giant to come in as the hybrid player.
That's what I've been seeing online as well. Okay, Snyman, I'm very unfortunate.
Again, yeah.
ACL knee injury expected back in 2027. But when he comes back, he always comes back stronger. So,
true.
Shout out to him, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Morne van der Berg, torn bicep, expected back in late September. So that rounds up the injury list. So,
just talking about the Achius Snyman, do you think that might allow the Northampton Saint 147 kilogram JJ van der Mesh to come in there, or is he not showing
the only issue with him is that lineouts. Because obviously
we can't have Eben and JJ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch him enough, but it looks like he doesn't play with strappings around his legs, which means
for a reason.
which means he's on a jump option. So,
true.
As much as he's been playing top rugby, I mean, he even said himself, because a lot of people think he's a big, bulky guy, that he can't play. That's what he's been focusing on, showing that he's got skills. So I think they might do what they did with Asanati, might get him to trim down maybe 10, 15 kilos, and then they can make him a line-out option. Because Springboks, since the 2000s, our thing is line-outs.
Yeah, true. No, massively on set pieces.
Everyone, even flanks, have to learn how to jump if you want to be part of, the system.
Yeah.
So him not being a line-out option might hurt him. So I think they might, take him to, wherever they took Asanati. I think it was Coach Dan's farm.
Yeah.
And then they might, have a little camp skull for him where they just trim him down. But a good player.
No, fair.
Very, very good player. Ball in hand, very aggressive, and also skillful.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, though, because like you say, South Africa, we rely on our lineouts and our set pieces massively, as we all know.
Yeah.
But I just think like that 4-5 Eben JJ van der Mesh adding to that engine room will be terrifying if we could have like a Sia, Peter Steph, Cameron Hanekom, 6, 7, 8 jumping, because we don't like who says 4 and 5 must jump.
Yeah.
But like again, that's a ricey thing to deal with. Not that's just something for us to chat about.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I fully agree with you there in the sense of
exciting times.
set
So we've got Barbarians.
Yes.
In Quebec, and then is it England?
England. I can't remember the order now, but it's
England, and then do you play England twice or once?
I think it's once.
And then it's the incoming tour from All Blacks.
The Greatest Rivalry
Tour, and then obviously the end of year fixtures. So there's a lot of rugby to be played, a lot of time for Rassie to get some guys. I think it's time to really, he's going to start looking at who wants to be on the plane to Australia. So it's exciting times, and a lot of people, it's an audition for them for 2027. Some guys have obviously fallen off, unfortunately, like the Bonambis, Trevor Nyakane. It looks like D-Rex, Bampimpi, there could be the writings on the wall, could be for him.
There's so much competition now.
There's so much competition, and they're trying to select, especially backline players with who can play multiple positions. And unfortunately for D-Rex, he's an out-and-out finisher, wing, never been played at fullback or any other position. So hopefully, I think maybe they could take him as like a Skulk Brits.
Like a mentor slash if we need him.
Like a Grootman of the team who's going to play against who's not going to really play, just be there. I think he might serve well in that role. Maybe even Lukhanyo Am is also, it's going to take a lot for him, I think, to get into the squad. But at the peak of his powers, I mean, Lukhanyo is the best in the world. So there's a couple of those fringe players who the writing on the wall might be there for them, but it's you never know with injuries and all that.
I was just talking about injuries. It's an interesting one because the public I see is roaring about it. They're like Greatest Rivalry Tour, but the amount of New Zealanders and South Africans that are injured at the moment, it's like, is it going to be our B, C teams playing one another?
We'll have to see. But we're going to move on to football. Obviously, the biggest game of the season took place this past weekend. Arsenal versus PSG. Arsenal...
I'm still shedding a bit of tears, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1-1. A lot of people have come out, hindsight specialists talking about... hindsight specialists talking about how Arsenal approached the game.
You can't defend for 85 minutes.
Guys, all I can say is... with all the attack that PSG had, they literally only scored 1 goal. And they had wired teams 5 goals. They put 5 past Bayern Munich.
And it wasn't even an open play goal.
Yeah.
It was a mascara mistake. Yeah.
My thing is, we had that's how we had played leading up to that final.
No, fair.
So why change
anything?
Something that works? Like, why would you, if you don't have the players to go toe to toe with
that attacking threat?
Why would you open yourself up to a free-flowing game, then get beaten 3-1?
No, I agree with you.
Rather stick to what works, and we are the best defense in Europe, and we showed it. We actually kept... PSG didn't have a lot of clear-cut chances. They were trying to shoot from outside the box, so we kept the box quite tight. Mascara, unlucky, got on the wrong side. But I felt that the foul on Noni Maruake could have
gone either way.
I think
that's outside the box. That's a foul. Anyway.
For the ref not to even look at it, and I go that should be sent. He should be going to the
VAR up there.
No, but he should be going to the box
for himself.
For himself to see. I don't know. That ref was wasn't the best. I reckon he was. There was a lot. He was protecting PSG players a lot and not letting us, play the physical game we wanted to. But sometimes you just gotta adapt to the ref, and then the penalties. I mean, is missing the frame. I'm always disappointed. I don't know about you. I don't like this new run up that people have when they take penalties.
Back and left and
then like stuttering and then like. Do the Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry run up, bang it where the keeper has no chance.
I don't know if it's just chat though, but Arteta says Eze and Gabriel don't miss a training. Apparently.
It's not training, as I say. So Eze should have taken that penalty. Gabriel, I thought Nani or Zubimendi would have taken that penalty, but I think Gabriel is one of the leaders in the team. Felt like he needed to step up, But
it hurts me to say, but also we have to say congratulations, 2 years running. I mean, that's
PSG, exactly. And now for the big one, which I think might be bigger than the greatest rivalry in rugby, is Bafana back at the World Cup.
Exciting times.
This is what our country needed.
True.
This is what our country needed. Bafana are back in the big leagues, in the biggest tournament on earth, the FIFA World Cup.
And we qualified the right way, not by hosting.
No, there was no need for us to host. We qualified as we the guests now.
Correct.
We don't have to host. We the ones arriving when we want, what time we want. But talking about arrival...
on what time we want.
Yeah, that might be a bit sensitive, but... the good people at SAFA have made us suffer because they messed up with visas. I mean,
I can't wrap my head around it.
SAFA again. Ryan. I don't know how many times these guys do these sort of things where if it's not visas or it's. I mean, right now we almost didn't qualify because one of the players was played in a match where they were suspended, and they didn't check that he had the yellow cards that he had picked up.
But why us? We harmless to an extent.
But then within the 1 year, they didn't calculate the points tally properly. Our team celebrated, but they didn't qualify. It's just been story after story, and then now. They don't get the visas done on time, and now we're literally traveling without our assistant coach, Helman Mkalele, if I'm correct. But Midnight Express, he was actually a former Bafana player, and his visa got denied.
So now we're celebrating 95% of our squad there, but still missing huge parts of it.
So I mean, your assistant coach is quite a big player quite a big
part of the squad, not
to have them around. So that's for me, that's very disappointing. That's stuff that the Minister of Sport also needs to look into and just say, SAFA, this is not good enough.
No, for sure.
There actually needs to be an investigation into why these administrative errors keep happening in SAFA. But as we said off camera, let's finish it off the South African story with Bafana story with a positive spin. Next week, 11th of June.
Here we go.
9 p.m. Our first game, just the same as 2010. First game versus Mexico. Obviously, this is going to be in Mexico now. So first game of the World Cup. We have to make a statement.
No, we do. You're 100% right, Jam. And what is a statement for us? Is that a win or is that a point?
A statement is a win.
Is that a win, huh?
I think we can walk out of there with a 2-1 or a 1-0. Bafana have been playing good football the past 2 years. I've really been impressed. But, our goal threat isn't as good as I think it should be. But I will go with an upset. This was maybe not a pick that people should follow. I think our rugby picks are on point. We still need a little bit of tweaking for the football ones, but as a South African, I just want us to win.
Well, I would love to see South Africa on the 11th of June if you are right, Jam, because I think we are going to go absolutely mental out here. Even though the World Cup's not here, we're going to treat it like it is.
We're going to treat it like it is. And the first game back since 20, it's going to, the whole of South Africa. I'm telling you now, if you guys think the Springboks bring everyone out, wait for the 11th of June.
No, that's very true.
It's going to be epic. It's going to be insane. I just want the boys to deliver, and I want us to make it out of the group stages. We've never made it out of the group stages. We're in the World Cup 1998 in France, didn't make it out. Almost made it out in 2002, Korea, Japan. 2010, also close.
Very close.
When we hosted.
That 4-3 in Bloemfontein against France.
Yeah, there was a lot that was going on in that World Cup. France going crazy and whatnot. And Uruguay, obviously, we flopped against them. But this one, I mean, we've got, it's Mexico, Czech Republic, South Korea.
Correct. For me, a statement is a point every game. We draw every game we're through. That's my prediction.
I think we need to win one of them just to really solidify where Bafana are. But good luck to Bafana. Good luck to the ERC teams. Good luck to the schoolboys that are playing this weekend. I think we're going to have some... next week's show is going to be very interesting just to see who won and if we got our predictions right. But that's the end of the show. As you know, this is Experts on the Couch. I'm Jam.
This is just a nice couch here. And as Jam was saying, Arsenal celebrate the Premier League accordingly. Stormers, good luck out there. Bafana. SA, it's time to rise out there.
Let's have fun. Please like, subscribe. Experts on the Couch. We are on YouTube. We are going to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Share the reels, share the love. It's literally two South Africans who are passionate about sport, talking about sport, enjoying conversations about sports, and we're just experts that sit on the couch. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you at the next episode. Cheers.
Have a wonderful week, you all.